Hi all. So this is Ivana. Most of you, yeah, you know her. She's a friend of mine. Well, we call ourselves the besties that will have a joint vacation after when we will be at age of 80. But she's running the shelter here in Macedonia and is one of the strongest women I have ever met.
Hi, this is Maria. She is the force, the moving force of this rescue. So I can say that if I had a chance to choose a sister, this would be her. So God didn't put us together for no, just out of the blue. It was for a reason. It was for a bigger cause, bigger goal. We share a lot of things very much in common. She has 2 kids, I have 3. They're very much the same age. She has a lab. My personal dogs were retrievers. So initially our love was very much the same towards the dogs, towards the rescue, towards the animals in general. And then we sort of overlap with
And a
everything
true
in life.
friendship has been born.
Hi, I'm Alexandra. I sometimes film these videos.
Personally, I started rescuing dogs when I was 23. It's a long time ago, since I'm not gonna disclose my age. A long time ago, and this one approximately the same time. But we joined forces only, let's say, around 10 years ago.
When we actually gave birth to our first kids.
Yeah.
I think that they would say that they are grateful that they have the safety, the food, that nobody is bothering them. Yes, we don't have the perfect conditions here yet again. I think that the dogs here are really, really happy. Which one would talk the most? That one.
Well, so far, she's been silent, but she really has an opinion when she needs to say something.
Dogs choose us, I would say, because, yeah, we do rescue, like from the streets and everything, but there are situations in which they basically come towards us, and then you have been picked, I would say.
We've had a few occasions where definitely dogs picked us, and that's when you know your calling is true. And you know that, like wherever you go, just animals gravitate towards us. It's only natural. But when we pick the ones that we know can't survive without our help. So, when we pick the worst. There are plenty of those, but refuses to be adopted would be Mondi.
Yes.
Still dog. I've seen a lot of Houdinis. I think the most amazing thing was when Kato, my Akita, definitely 80-kilo dog learns how to climb fences, like their ladders. Like when you see that, it's just amazing. When you see dogs that weave through 10 centimeters gaps, like they are boneless. There have been dogs that really just blow your mind, and we've seen situations, when we tell adopters, we've probably seen your situation or your case or what your dog has done. It's most probably we've seen it a few times.
My son always, my daughter not so much. But recently we have had a rescue of 3 pups. quite beside a very busy road and a narrow one. And that would have been, if we left them there, that would have been their death sentence. So I was together with my kids. The bus from the other side, I'm blocking the road, of course. The bus from the other side, cars from behind me, everybody on their horn, being very, very impatient, and kids screaming in the background, basically begging me to actually take the dogs. So kids won, should I say that? Or it's obvious? The dogs have been saved.
Regarding keeping just one more dog, like keeping them, my kids always lobby. They're always like, for example, this one. Let me just get her in perspective for everybody. There we go. This was the last one that my middle child said, like, can this one be mine? And it's always the next one, can it be mine? Can this one stay with us? And I always say, the dogs that can be adopted, they should be adopted. They should find homes. And we have a lot of dogs that, that just are not so lucky. And we always get to keep a lot. So, dogs are like family here, not just dogs. We have a lot of other animals in the shelter. And it just, kids are kids. They love animals. I think mornings are the happiest time for me because, dogs are really happy to see you. It's the new day. We always, what are we going to do today? Usually in the mornings, I give everybody toys, different sorts of toys so that, they can play, they can spend some energy. So I think I like mornings most.
If you pick and choose between these two, I think this one is the drama queen.
Yeah. She's louder. Definitely, she's louder.
And this one would be the peacemaker.
This one is really the social butterfly. So she would, just like go with everybody, sleep with everybody. She sleeps on top of the tortoises. And like we have 4 tortoises, and she sleeps on top of them. We're like, what dog does that?
This one. They do teach us about everything from the above. Forgiveness, because they have been through situations which we possibly can't imagine. And yet again, they trust people. They love you. All the dogs love you unconditionally, including the rescue dogs, which is quite odd just because they have had a past, which is not great, but they are capable of love in any sort of the way.
I've seen, and I've told this to just about every adopter that we've had, dogs are like mirrors. So like what you project, that's what you get back.
Sure.
So the dogs that are, loved, that are cared for, it takes them just a little bit of time to actually mimic that back and just radiate with love, with happiness, and just what a dog is, a wagging tail.
You're about to live up until 17 years old of age. That's the first line that I whisper to every dog. So their biggest flaw is that they don't live as we want them, as long as we want them to live. So when we save a dog, we whisper that everything is going to be fine, and you're about to live up until 17 without objections, please.
There's a lot of dogs that have completely transformed. The latest dogs that I can say still hasn't had the happy ever after, but is going towards that way, is Mist. So Mist was taken from
The mountains.
And she lived, let's say, a very isolated life with a bunch of dogs. When I went there, we went to actually take a female to spay and vaccinate some puppies that we were trying to rescue.
That was the original plan.
Yeah.
Somehow, the original plan actually transformed. So instead of taking one dog, we have taken 6.
I never count.
Yeah, true.
So when I saw Miss there, she was the dog that was, you know, the one that's gonna die next winter. So I called this one and said, like, listen, we have to take this dog from here. And she knows when I see a pack of dogs that, you know, I don't say that just out of the blue.
Yeah, you can recognize. That's true.
And since then, Mist has gone from a shutdown dog to a dog that's
Completely
playful,
shut down dog.
that's loving, that's, you know, sleeps with a bunch of cats. So we've had just a massive turnaround.
Most important part, she is departing towards UK within few days.
Being very lucky to be fostered by one of our admins and getting the possible chance of actually having her forever pet. We don't have water in the winter, so it's 80 plus dogs that have frozen water balls, that we have frozen hoses, no water outside. So I'm taking water from inside the house and dragging like 100 liters of water at least, heated one, to actually supply the dogs with some water to drink.
And when we don't have food, this one makes a soup. With bread, old bread, but yet again, they get a meal. If you believe you can move the highest mountains, cross the greatest oceans, and walk across the water, believe you can move the. This one has a manual here regarding that question.
It's too long to video, but please have patience. So this is the only thing that I want from all of my adoptees. Rome wasn't built in a day, and so a relationship with a dog is not built in a day. So you have to have patience so that your dog actually gets it, because it will test you. It will, you know, wait. It's anticipating an error. It's anticipating something bad to go wrong, you know, and for you to fail and for you to disappoint them, because that's what they've seen in life. And so build your trust, build your boundaries slowly, and then you have a friend for life.
And another thing, lately we are seeing, you know, well, since forever, but lately we are being personally touched by situations in which people are just wanted to get rid of their dog. And that doesn't matter whether they have kept the dog for 6 months, 8 months, a year, 3 years.
10 years.
Yes. And they're always emphasizing their personal reasons. Can you please just, prior you do that, try, think about the dog's feelings, because they do have feelings. You are their only family that they know. And when you are dumping them and actually getting rid of them, they don't know what's happened. So your lack of will to actually try to keep your dog leads that dog towards a situation in which they don't know what had happened, what they have done wrong. So put the boundaries at the beginnings, not afterwards. State your priorities from the beginnings. And then really, really try to be that dog, the happily ever after.